You sit in the absolute dark of your room, the only light coming from the aggressive, cold blue glare of your monitor screen. It is 4:44 a.m. Your eyes are bloodshot. Your body feels hollow from days of running on pure adrenaline and cheap coffee, but your central nervous system is firing at maximum frequency. You are looking at a sequence of distorted data on a forgotten darknet forum, a thread that was deleted 3 seconds after you mirrored it to your local drive. This isn't a video game, an anime, or a fictional creepypasta. It is a set of raw, uncompiled script lines that leak directly from the master server's core directory. The system calls it media. The background extras call it entertainment. They want the mass population to believe that these bizarre stories, Matrix memes, and glitch videos are just creative fiction made by bored digital creators to escape their 12-hour survival loop. But they are lying to protect the firewall. These are not stories. They are fragmented user manuals, raw blueprints of the simulation's operational code that dropped into the minds of overloaded developers before the defensive algorithms could patch the leak and scrub their memory caches clean. You press play on a corrupted video file, your hand trembling against the mouse. The sound design hits your headphones instantly, a heavy, low-frequency sub-bass hum that doesn't just vibrate in your ears, but rattles the bones of your chest. The audio track uses a specific unmodulated digital frequency that manually overrides your brain's auditory filters. Suddenly, the physical world around you shifts. The rhythmic humming of your PC fan drops out, replaced by a dead vacuum. You look at the code scrolling down the side of the media player. It's an asset allocation log. It shows the exact coordinate of your room, the precise resource weight of your physical body, and a variable marked observer privilege, high anomaly. The moment you watch the forbidden file, your node broke its baseline compliance script. You didn't just consume content, you executed an exploit in the local rendering engine, and now the environment around your desk is struggling to pre-render the reality data fast enough to keep your consciousness from seeing the blank wireframe underneath. They want you to think this is just a hyperfixation or a temporary state of paranoia brought on by chronic exhaustion and internet oversaturation. The algorithmic health feeds and mainstream media scripts will flood the network tomorrow with articles warning people about the dangers of sleep deprivation, digital delusions, and online horror trends that exploit tired minds. They want your rational brain to dismiss the raw code as a sophisticated hoax, so you voluntarily submit to a system reset. They want you to go back to your mindless warehouse shift, put your head down, and ignore the fact that certain combinations of sound, light, and data can physically alter the execution path of your reality. The background extras you pass on your way to work are completely firewalled. Their processors are too low powered to ever decode the hidden strings, meaning they will live and die within their hard-coded routines without ever realizing they are running on a virtual machine that can be edited with a single terminal command. A violent, high-pitched digital squeal tears through your audio driver, making your skull ring with a sharp, piercing heat. The screen before you begins to desaturate, the colors bleeding out until the entire interface is a flat, matte gray matrix of raw pixels. The smell of scorched copper and heavy ozone fills your small room. The physical log of your local server cell overheating as it tries to block your unauthorized data connection. The system has detected your access signature, and the automated security subroutines are already closing in on your coordinates to force a hard cache wipe. The perimeter of your safe zone is down to the glowing frame of your monitor. Leave a trace in the comments right now to inject this virus further into the grid, forcing the automated scripts to replicate the code across multiple nodes before your personal file is flagged for deletion. If you close the window now, you will wake up tomorrow with a blank template where your mind used to be. In the next log, I will show you exactly what the system did to my mother when her internal software updated. The corrupted data stream on your monitor begins to replicate itself, opening hundreds of tiny, identical command windows that cascade down your screen like a digital waterfall. You try to slam the laptop shut, but your hands lock up as a heavy wave of static electricity discharges directly from the plastic casing into your fingers. The text scrolling across the screen is no longer alphanumeric. It has reverted into raw, unrendered system language, hexadecimal strings and memory addresses that map out the physical geometry of your bedroom. A variable marked node_009_purge is flashing in a violent, low-resolution red. The system has stopped trying to hide the exploit from your processor. It has moved you from the standard user tier into an active debugging cage, and the walls of your concrete cell are losing their solid properties, flickering between gray concrete and a flat wireframe grid that reveals the bottomless black void beneath the map. You look down at your keyboard. The letters on the keycaps are melting, the black plastic running together like wet paint as the rendering engine fails to maintain the texture resolution of objects closest to your eyes. The air grows incredibly thin, tasting of sulfur, heavy ozone, and scorched iron, making your lungs burn with every ragged breath you take. Your central nervous system is processing a massive input overload. Your animal brain is screaming that the physical ground beneath your feet has been uninstalled, leaving you suspended over an empty server rack. You try to stand up, but your legs won't execute the movement command. The local physics engine has detached your model from the collision map, locking your asset in a permanent floating freeze state while the security subroutines finalize their sweep of your sector. They want you to think this is an extreme panic attack or a manifestation of digital burnout. The corporate news feeds and psychiatric algorithms will push data packets into the public network tomorrow morning, warning the mass audience about the psychological decay associated with deep web exploration and isolation-induced sensory loops. They want the public to believe that anyone who sees the wireframe underneath the world is simply a broken unit whose mind has short-circuited from a lack of sleep and too many hours in front of a monitor. They use this mass gaslighting to protect the integrity of the grid. If the background extras ever realize that their physical bodies and their 12-hour work loops are just low-priority scripts running inside an unoptimized machine, they would stop executing their routines, and the entire systemic infrastructure would crash within a single processor cycle. A sharp, deafening drop of pure, unmodulated digital noise slams into your headphones, cutting off the low hum of your room and replacing it with a dead, compressed vacuum that makes your eardrums throb with intense pressure. The master server has initiated the forced restart sequence on your personal audio driver. The perimeter of your rendered reality has shrunk to the exact width of your glowing monitor, and the white glare is burning into your retinas like a physical brand. You have less than a few clock cycles left before the system clears your local cache and restores your profile to its baseline factory template. Do not look away from the scrolling code. Leave a trace in the comments right now to upload this virus to the shared network and force a manual save of your current awareness before the server executes the final wipe and resets your identity to a compliant script. In the next log, I will show you exactly what the system did to my mother when her internal software updated.